Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I have a watch I would never buy in a million years. Not because they're a bad watch. I was never willing to give them a chance to find out if they're good or bad. I just can't get past the name. Berny. Who came up with that name? There's some really bad watch names out there, but Berny has to be up there. Not Magnus or Samson or Rex. Nope, Berny. Hey, nice watch. What is it? Oh, this? I'm rocking my Berny this weekend, and I still haven't bought one of these watches. But Joey at Big Wrist Syndicate believes in these watches. He believes in the brand and their quality versus price proposition. He's featured quite a few of their watches on his channel, so be sure to check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He likes to keep it saucy and funky, but he can sometimes be a little spicy, so definitely check him out. And what Big Wrist did was he loaned me this watch, a brand new, unopened, for me to do an honest unboxing and first look review. Thank you very much for that. It's great having a fellow enthusiast to share perspectives with. So today I'm hanging out with Berny, and let's take a look. See, this is not a bad looking watch. It's still covered in plastic. It looks like a 20mm bracelet that tapers down to 16mm to a fold over clasp. Looks like there's a QR code for the warranty in the box and an instruction manual. Very minimalistic packaging, which suggests to me that most of the budget was put into this watch. So far so good. Give me a second to unwrap it and I'll be right back. And we're back. I am looking at this for the first time, so I don't have any specs or prices to share. I'll check out a few things here. Steel bezels are just cool. The bezel action is a little on the light side. You can't lume them like a white, printed, or ceramic aluminum bezel, but the steel aesthetics are a nice trade-off. Besides, I'll hit this with a UV light later and see what we get. We have a screw-down crown, which is nice. It's a nice looking gray dial. I like the hands and the indices. It's not your usual triangle at 12 o'clock and then rectangular batons at 6 and 9. These have a nice sawed-off point to them, which is cool. And they did a great job with the splashes of orange on the dial, the seconds hand, and even the crown. But come on, Berny, all in caps? Just put a B on there and throw Berny on the case back somewhere. And the case back is nice too. I like that gray shark design that they have there. It's a nice detail. I like it too because your mind may be playing tricks on you and you think that you might be looking at a very familiar GMT homage, but this in fact is a diver. It's not a GMT. So go ahead and throw a shark on the case back on this steel bezel diver. Pretty nice. The bracelet is a little loose, a little on the jangly side, but that's okay. Now this watch is not sized, it's very loose, but on wrist, it does not look bad at all. It is a very attractive dial. There is some slight texture to that, which I'm picking up right now. It's an attractive watch, and it's got a nice weight and balance to it. The 5-link J-style bracelet is nice and elegant looking how it tapers down to 20mm. The clasp is just a fold-over unsigned clasp, and we'll take a look at that, and yeah, look at that. So this is also an on-the-fly adjustable clasp that they have here. Well, a little on the tight side, but that's pretty nice too. These are not very expensive, so the fact that they were able to add this on is a nice touch. You can see that more money has gone into the watch and less into the packaging like you saw before. So I'd rather have a clasp like this than a nicer box or a plastic warranty card. And let me do a quick check of the glass, and it is in fact sapphire, which is nice. Now let's check the lume. And the lume looks pretty good too. Looks like some kind of BGW9 with a blue tint to it. And I really like the indices at 6, 9, and 12 where you kind of got that notch in there too. Nice lumed pip, makes it easy to identify. This is some pretty decent lume on a rather inexpensive watch. I don't know, I haven't looked it up, so I'm not exactly sure as to what's powering this watch. It's not bad, but I am picking up a little bit of rotor noise, so my guess is we might have a Miyota 8215 working in here, which isn't a bad movement in today's environment, seeing how there's a scarcity of NH movements. And really that's it for now. I'll wear it for a little while, but only during the weekday. No weekend for Berny. I'll check the specs, put on a time grapher, and I'll share my experience in another video in the future. To Big Wrist Syndicate's credit, he's right. My first look, really the eyeball test of this watch, has me believing it's a quality, affordable watch. Looks well put together, has some fine features, but man, that name has gots to go. It's gots to go. Take Welly Merck. They put that awful name on their dials. Soon they learned that wasn't a good idea, and now they've modified a WM logo on their dial. Wish Do It has some really nice watches. They're smart enough to keep that name far away from the dial. Instead, they have a logo that starts as a W and ends looking like a D. But the best example is Tandorio or Bliger. Pick your poison for the worst name. But their brand is one of my favorites. I don't own one, I own 6 of them. And if Berny follows Tandorio's lead, I could be owning 6 Bernys. Why? Because they make fantastic watches, and the best part is that you can get them with a sterile dial. No hideous name and no hideous logo. Check out my Tandorio videos or my video ranking the 39 AliExpress watches that I own. Well, I owned 39 at the time I recorded that video. I've gotten a few more since then. And don't forget to take a second to like, hype, subscribe, comment, share. Whatever you could do to support the channel would be greatly appreciated. Also head over to Big Wrist Syndicate and check out their library. Give him a like too. Another thanks to Big Wrist for loaning me his Berny, and thanks again to all of you who watched till the